The hardest part about making a change in your life is taking that first step. Taking that first step is what truly eats away at us. You know why? Because it's freaking scary to step out into the unknown. It's freaking scary to take a step over the threshold into a totally new zone of life. So we don't do it. We don't do it because it's scary. It's like being on a roller coaster, right? When you're on a roller coaster, you strap yourself in, you're like, all right, let's go, let's do this, right? And you feel like I was on the cyclone. I don't know if you've been on the cyclone before, but I've been on the cyclone, and it is freaking scary because it's like rickety and it's going up, and you feel it going up, and you know at a certain point it's gonna go down, honey. It's gonna crash down. You don't know when, you don't know how you're gonna react, but you're taking that step, right? And once that roller coaster goes down, you know your saliva may be flying all over the place, you're screaming, you're outside of your comfort zone. But then when you get to the bottom of that roller coaster ride and you get off, you may feel a lot of different emotions, but you still made it. And you learned something new about yourself, right? You learn that you can still be uncomfortable and make it through. That's what making a big change in your life is all about. It's scary because it's unexpected, but the unexpected is where you truly grow. Now, is what I'm asking you to do easy? Definitely not. I was someone who was terrified about making a change in my life. So you know what I did? I worked horrendous hours. I didn't speak up for myself. And what I did to escape every night was I binge watched on Netflix. I drank my life away. And you know what that did to me? It just allowed me to barely survive. What I did often in order to heal myself was I would go out every night because I wanted to forget about my job. I wanted to forget about the life that I was living. So I would drink myself to the point of, numbness, so I didn't have to feel anything. I would eat myself to the point of feeling satiated, so I didn't have to feel empty anymore. And when you do that, what happens? You end up like I did. I was hospitalized for extreme alcohol poisoning. I almost died. And on top of that, I was really unhealthy. I was super unhealthy, and I was really overweight. When we don't take leaps, when we are too scared to make a change, we stay complacent. And that is the most frustrating, annoying, antsy feeling, angering part of living life, because you are just right there beyond the threshold. You know that if you just take that step, you can make a major change. So how do you do that? How do you take that first step? How do you start changing your life? Well, honey, it was hard for me, but it just starts with believing in yourself enough, being so tired enough that you say, you know what, F this, I'm going to make this change. And you know what, when you make those changes, you may sometimes have to let go of a lot of things in your life. You may have to let go of a lot of people in your life. You may have to let go of a lot of activities that you do normally in your life. I certainly had to. I had to let go of a lot of friends. I had to let go of a lot of the everyday activities that I was doing. You know, I mean, this is an honest story. I used to go to this really fun bar, like maybe twice a week, and they had free food, they had cheap drinks. It was my favorite pastime because it was where I could escape and not think about the reality of my life, right? When you shop, I used to shop excessively. When you shop, it's a way for you to escape the reality of your life. I had to stop doing those behaviors, and I had to do a self-assessment, and I had to ask myself deep down, why was I trying to numb myself? You know why I was trying to numb myself? Because I was in a paying the bills trap. How many of you feel that you are in a paying the bills trap where you are working, going to sleep, waking up the next day, going to work, and then just going back to sleep? That's a paying the bills trap. When you have nothing outside of your job that's, able to stimulate you, that's a paying the bills trap. Or when you're at a job that you hate and you want to leave, but you don't know how to leave because you want to pay the bills. The truth is the bills will always be there. It's just a normal exchange of energy. It's the way that you keep the lights on, right? It's just like taxes. We have to do those things because that's just a way that we can live. But that's not the only reason we live. That's not the reason we were put on this earth, honey. Every one of us was put on this earth with a specific purpose, given a specific passion to live out a specific path. And when you're in alignment with that path, honey, your life feels so good. But when you're not, you feel frustrated and angry and conflicted. And the majority of us are not. And that's why there's so much conflict in the world. If people started focusing more on taking a risk, taking a first step, getting motivated, doing something new, life would be a lot more peaceful, don't you think? Because people would be focusing on things that bring them joy. And it's interesting because when you think about it, you think well, why is it that it's so hard to get to the joyful part? And it's not that it's so hard. It's more that we have to do a lot of unlearning up here. We have to do a lot of unlearning up here because as we grow into adulthood, we lose a lot of sense of who we truly are at the core, right? And when we lose a sense of who we are at the core, we start to look to things outside of ourselves to be stimulated. We get trapped in these negative cycles because we don't see any other solutions. We lose the ability to think creatively because we're just paying the bills. So today, I want you to consider the following questions. What am I doing today to mix it up in my life? What am I doing today to make a big change? What am I doing today to step outside of my comfort zone? Remember, the scariest part, I guarantee you, is taking that first step. You know when you go to the gym, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, I really don't want to go to the gym. But you go to the gym, right? And when you get there and you start pumping and lifting those weights, or you go to your yoga class and you really didn't want to wake up that early and you start doing all of your stretches, your body aligns with you and you're like, you know what? I feel really good. I'm really happy that I did this. The hardest part is getting started. So do a self-assessment today. Ask yourself, what kinds of activities am I doing to block my creative energy? What are the things I need to let go of so I can receive? Oh, that's so good. I want to say that one more time. What kinds of things can I let go of so that I can receive? We try to control so much in our lives. We try to, schedule and plan and this and that. And there's so much more that is around us in terms of divine timing, in terms of the power of the universe, that if we allow and we sit and we listen, that we can start to align with. So ask yourself, what kinds of activities are you doing that is blocking your ability to receive? Is it staying in a job that you know you're not happy in? Is it drinking too much? Is it binge watching? Is it shopping when you know you shouldn't be shopping? Is it being around negative energy? Free yourself. And I'm with you. I know it's not easy. Trust me. I know, okay? I have been through it. But it starts with you taking that first step, and it starts with you being honest. Being honest of what you need to let go of. So do a self-assessment today. Ask yourself, how can I take a step today? Just one step. What can I do in that one step to start living the life of my dreams? You are the only one in control of your life. You are the only one. So start living it. Start doing what's scary. You got this. This is your life. You're the only one in control of it. Ask yourself, what can you do today to step outside of your comfort zone? I guarantee you, if you sit with that question for a little while, you might not like the answer, honey. You might not like it, it might scare you. But if you do that, you will receive an answer. And if you act on that, the universe always meets us at our point of action, and you will find how beautiful, in being scary, how beautiful that first step, taking that first step in change really is. And you'll look on the other side of the threshold like, wow, I'm so glad that I did that. What else can I do? Start challenging yourself. You can change your life. It all starts with you. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful, amazing, beautiful day.